Yo, shalom. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Happy prep day, everybody. Grace and peace be unto the 12 tribes of Israel. Glad to see y'all in the building. Yeah. Like I said, hopefully everybody is doing all right. Hopefully y'all had a good week. Hopefully I had a great week. Not just a good week, but a great week. Because again, tomorrow is the Sabbath day. And again, this right here is the day the Lord has made. And of course, tomorrow is the day the Lord has made for us as a people, us, the 12 tribes, us, so we could continue to not only appreciate what he's done for us, but appreciate what he's always going to do for us. Because even in the kingdom of heaven, we will be able to celebrate and appreciate his holy Sabbath. Because remember, the Sabbath was made for man, not man for the Sabbath. All praise be to the Most High for that. So let me go ahead and get shout out to the brothers and sisters in the lesson. And again, hopefully everybody's ready to get their understanding. Let's go ahead and go. Let's get to go ahead and get shout out to who's in. Yalasia, see you in the building. Grace and peace be with you. Glad to see you in the building. Let me see. Oh, come on now. Sorry. What in the world? All right, there we go. All right. Lawa, see you in the building. Grace and peace be with you. Shalom, shalom. Hey, what's going on? Shaul. Oh, again, man. Let me go ahead and hey, see, look, I'm ready to get my mods to throw you out. You coming in here putting cash apps, ain't even here in class. It's only strike two, so strike three, you're gonna be out of there. So we'll deal with that later. Yalasia, grace and peace. Hey, like I said, hey, like, share, subscribe. My fault, I said grace and peace. I already said shalom to you, but hey, like she said, like, share, subscribe. Yalia, see you in the building. How you doing? Good afternoon. Sister Zuli, grace and peace be with you. Glad to see you here. And Sarah, see you in the building. Shalom, shalom. Grace and peace. Happy preparation day. Hopefully, everybody is ready to continue to get understanding of the Most High God's word. All right, let's get to Mark chapter 14, verse 3, and we will go from there. Matter of fact, let's go to Matthew 26. Let's get Matthew 26. Matthew chapter 26, verse 6. Now, when Jesus was in Bethany, in the house of Simon the leper, there came unto him a woman having an alabaster box of very precious ointment, and poured it on his head as he sat at meat. But there came to me, oh, sorry, as he sat at meat. But when his disciples saw it, they said, what purpose is this waste? For this ointment might have been sold for much and given to the poor. When Jesus understood it, he said unto them, why trouble ye the woman? For she hath wrought a good work upon me. For the poor you have always, but me, I'm sorry, let me see. For ye have the poor always with you, but me ye have not always. For in that she poured this ointment on my body, she did it for my burial. Verily I say unto you, wheresoever this gospel shall be preached in the whole world, there shall also this that this woman have done be told for a memorial of her. So whenever we bring out the true gospel of Jesus Christ, the gospel that's spoken to the 12 tribes of Israel scattered all over the globe, the message that's given to the children of Israel, the ones that we understand are black, the ones we understand are in captivity, the ones that we understand are suffering the curses of Deuteronomy 28, the punishments of the Most High God because we transgressed against his laws, statutes, commandments. And now we have the opportunity for redemption. All praise be for that. But whenever we preach this gospel, and the gospel I'm talking about is this gospel, the one that's telling us to follow even the commandments we thought we didn't have to, like the dietary laws, the dress code, the holy feast days, and marrying the people that God only tells to marry, which is our own race of people. When we talk about those gospel, this gospel that's preaching that word, those laws, statutes, commandments to those people, and I'm talking about the people of the Most High God, the descendants of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, that we are always going to remember the woman that put the ointment on the body of our Messiah, Jesus the Christ. So let's get ready to dive on into it. Remember, we are the chosen, we are the greatest, and we must always appreciate that. Matter of fact, put a one in the chat if you're glad to be able to hear this word today. And if you're just like, whatever, you know what I'm saying? Put a two in the chat. But if you're glad to hear this word and it's something that can uplift your spirits, put that one in and be like, yeah, all praise be to the Most High. You know what I'm saying? Let him know. Let him know you're grateful. Let him know you're thankful. Because we do let him know we're thankful and we show it in our actions, then guess what? We will never fall away from his word. All right, let's go. Psalm chapter 81, verse 1. Sing aloud unto God our strength. Make a joyful noise unto the God of Jacob. Let's see. I love how he says right away. He says, sing aloud unto God our strength. Yeah! God our strength. One that is our power. He is where we get our not only our glory and our power from, but our muscles, whatever it is, whatever ability, whatever energy, whatever effort we can get, it comes from God. God is our strength. We cannot be like, oh, our strength is, whatever we feel like doing at the time. No, God is our strength, meaning his commandments, his instructions, his wisdom, even the things we don't like to do, that is our strength. Your strength always lies in your pain that you made and want to avoid. That's part of your strength. You cannot have pleasure without pain. You cannot have growth without rain. You got to have rain anytime, any place. Even for those that exercise and work out, you cannot get strength without suffering the pain of the workout. You know what I'm saying? If you're trying to get in shape and run, you're trying to do those things. Guess what? You get a point where you run and you don't want to do it no more. You want to stop. It feels bad. Yeah, that's when you keep pushing, because when you push past that, that's when you reach those great gains. That's when you get in great shape. That's when you start to slim down and get that figure you've been wanting. Or as far as for brothers, you buff up and get that shape you wanted, that tone, you know what I'm saying, that form. That's what you're looking for. When you push past that pain, you lift in that weight, you want to stop. That's what we got to do. And God is our strength. And part of our strength is to know that He wants us to go through that furnace of adversity, the furnace of affliction. You can't get to God without that. Because the people that had to get to God, even in the wilderness, they didn't get to the wilderness without going through the affliction, the slavery that we suffered in Egypt. Everything takes affliction, everything takes growth, and God is our strength. And He says, make a joyful noise to the God of Jacob. So even with that pain, we give Him that joyful noise.
Yeah!
We shout from the rooftops, Lord, thank you. We appreciate you, because we wouldn't be here without you. We always have to move like that. We always have to be like that. If we are not like that at all times, then guess what we're going to do? We're going to suffer. We always must remember we sticking with the Most High God. So let's continue on. Where was that? Psalm chapter 81. Oh, my fault. Let me read that again. Psalm 81:1. Let's read it one more again. Sing aloud unto God our strength. Make a joyful noise unto the God of Jacob. And let's remember, He is the God of Jacob. He's not the God of everybody else. He's our God. And whenever you want to reject the fact that He's our God and our God only, all of you coons out there,
What? That nigga's tripping.
that's what I feel like. Every time y'all start trying to include everybody that's not our race into our covenant, y'all are tripping. Y'all need to accept the fact that He loves His people and His people only. You know what I'm saying? Over everybody else. You know what I'm saying? The Lord is like, y'all my children. The rest of the children, they just kids. They just out here. You know what I'm saying? But I ain't taking care of them like I take care of you. He is the God of Jacob, meaning the descendants of Jacob. He is only their God. He's not everybody else's God. He's not their authority. He's not their power, because that's what God is. Your power. Yes, He's over them, but He is not their authority. He does not tell them what to do. He lets them do whatever they want to do until they come into our homeland. And our homeland is going to be the whole planet whenever Christ returns and destroys this evil world, Babylon, and sets up the nation of Israel, the world that has no end. Isaiah 45:17, if you know what I'm talking about. Psalm 81:2. Let's read on. Take a song and bring hither the timbrel, the pleasant harp with the psaltery. So he's saying, now get your instruments together. Get your musical instruments. All for those in band. Katrina, if you're on here, you know what I'm saying? Go get your oboe. You know, go get your clarinet. Same thing. Everybody else, your laser, go get your instrument. I forgot what you got, but yeah. Either way, get your instrument. Get ready to give a sound to the Most High. Brothers, you got your shofar, you got your ram's horn. Psalms 81:3. Blow up the trumpet in the new moon, in the time appointed on our solemn feast day, our sacred day. What is that? The new moon, the first day of every month. When the moon is full, that is the beginning of each month of the year. We are in the second month of the year, the month of Ziph, I believe. Yes. Yeah, Ziph. And the next month we're coming up, we're going to hit Sivan, and that's going to be the Pentecost. The beginning of Sivan, we'll have the Pentecost, which is going to be on that first Sunday coming up. Coming up on that month. Let's read on. Psalms 81:4. For this was a statute for Israel and a law of the God of Jacob. So the God of Jacob, the God of Israel, He gave us a law. He gave us a statute. Verse 5. This He ordained in Joseph for a testimony when he went out through the land of Egypt, where I heard a language that I understood not. I removed his shoulder from the burden. His hands were delivered from the pots. Now, when he says remove his shoulder from the burden, now again, we know Christ says, take this yoke. It is easy. You know what I'm saying? We got to remember the Lord takes weight off of our shoulders. He's like, hey, I'm going to provide for you. I'm going to take care of you. You don't have to suffer. You don't have to struggle anymore. You know, understand when you come into the house of the Lord, you being in pain and struggling and suffering, the Lord's going to let you know,
we don't do that here.
I got you. That's what He's telling you. I got you. Don't worry about it. As long as you accept my righteousness and don't get in your heart that
Evil is good.
I'm going to take care of you. But if you do believe
Evil is good.
then I'm going to throw you out. I'm going to do you just like this.
I should blow your ass off this push.
That's what he gonna do, get you up out of here because he's trying to make sure, hey, only those that love me is gonna follow me and stick with me. I'm gonna keep close to me. Those that he gonna keep close to me, guess what we're gonna do? He's gonna remove the burden from your shoulder. He's gonna take that weight off of you. He's not gonna make you have to work that hard. All right, verse 7. Thou callest in trouble, and I delivered thee. I answered thee in the secret place of thunder. I proved thee at the waters of Meribah. Yeah, he says, you called in trouble. In trouble. What was the trouble? We were in our captivity. We were in bondage. We called out to the Lord, and he came and delivered us. All right, he took care of us. And I believe when he says he proved us at the waters of Meribah, again, when he said he proved us, he tested us. He's trying to see if we really was with him. And I got to go back into history. I got to make sure I got the right spot. But the waters of Meribah, I'm trying to remember if that's where he made the water sweet that was bitter. But I'll go back and see because I know the people were complaining and, all those. And the Lord always tests us. Let's go. Psalms 81:7. Verse 8. Hear, O my people, and I will testify unto thee, O Israel, if thou wilt hearken unto me. He says, I will testify to you. I will speak to you. I will teach you. I will minister to you. I will guide you if you will listen to me. But a lot of times we don't want to listen to him. So he's like, hey, I'll teach you if you're going to listen to me. But other than that, I'm not wasting my time. You can sit here and do all you want. But unless you believe everything I say, unless you think in your head when I'm speaking,
Exactamundo, dude.
that I'm on point, then I ain't got nothing to say to you. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to make sure you believe what I'm saying. Make sure you understand what I'm saying. You trust what I'm saying. And you're going to roll with what I'm saying. That's how the Lord's going to deal with it. That's how he works. All those other people that don't trust him and don't believe in him, I'm going to let you go out there and do your thing. I'm going to let you be for the streets. I'm going to let you be a
hoe for sure.
And that's men and women. I'm going to let you do that. But if you're going to come under my covering, come under my protection, come under my direction, listen to me and I'm going to testify to you. But if you won't listen to me, if you don't want to listen to me because you don't want to listen to nobody because you are a
hoe for sure,
then I'm going to let you go ahead and run out there, dudes. And you can go ahead because you're going to be the opposite. All of you dudes that don't want to listen to me, that want to operate in your feelings and your emotions and your senses and all the stuff that got to do with your, instincts. If you want to carry on like that, it's usually because you're a little
gay.
But I need people that's really going to listen to me and hear what I got to say. So if you will listen to me, if you'll hearken unto me, let's roll. Verse 9. There shall no strange God be in thee, neither shalt thou worship any strange God. So he says, when he says there shall be no strange God in thee, what he's telling you is there shall be no other mindset living inside your brain. There should not be any other voice you listening to besides the voice of the Most High. It's a strange God, a strange power, a strange ruler. Only thing that should be your ruler is the voice of the Most High God. The voice of the Most High God is not speaking to you. If it is not giving you direction, then you are going to be completely lost. And you're going to be one of those people that the Lord is just shaking his head like, good God, you are a dumbass. Why are you such a dumbass? Oh, I know why. Because you got in your mind that you understand what you're doing. You got in your mind that you know the right way. You the way, the truth, and the life. And as long as you believe that, it's because your mind knows
Evil is good.
that's what you see. But if you really see righteousness, if you see the truth, then you're going to understand that there would be no strange God dwelling in thee. See, a strange God, like I said, is another philosophy, another mindset. You can only have the mindset of the Most High. When you don't got a mindset of the Most High, the Lord will depart from you. He's going to be like, man, I'm tired of you. Because again, he understands how to see you. And that's why people kind of get in a mindset and get in their minds. Even when we talk about Jezebel, I'm just going to bring this up because people talk about Jezebel and they say like how, you're the whore of Jezebel and all of this. Okay, yeah, cool. You know why they said that? Because she had the mindset of a whore. See, the mindset of a whore is a woman that wants to run things and step up and be her masculine. See, a woman that carries herself as masculine and strong and dominating, she's a
hoe for sure.
That's what that is. But a woman that actually is meek and submissive and can be led and would follow the direction of a man under his guidance, then that's a beautiful thing. That's a woman the Most High is going to love. That's the woman the Most High is going to put in the right position to get closer to him. That's what he's looking for. He says, hear me. And then he says, there shall no strange God dwell in thee. See, you got to make sure the only voice you hearing is the voice of the Most High. And the voice of the Most High's representatives. Who are the Most High representatives? Those that are ambassadors of Christ. Those that actually follow the right way of the scriptures. Those who try to keep the law, statutes, commandments. Don't try to twist and bend the scriptures to their feelings. Don't listen to things that are going with their feelings. They don't want to hear smooth things. They want to hear right things. They're not those Isaiah 30 people. They're going to say speaking to us right. They're going to say the opposite of speaking to us smooth things. They're gonna say, Lord, speak unto us right things. Matter of fact, what happens when somebody comes to them speaking something that is not the right thing, they're going to do what people in John 10 do. Matter of fact, let's check this really quick. I'm gonna go to John chapter 10. I think I want verse 5. Oh, while I'm here, I see you just joining. Brother Decarius, what's going on with you, brother? Shalom. Happy prep day. Happy prep day. Hopefully I was going good. Get at me as soon as you can. And of course, hopefully, Lord's will, you've been able to talk with your brother. Shalom, shalom. What's going on, Sister Lynette? Grace and peace be with you. Hopefully, y'all is good. All right, here we go. All right, John chapter 10, verse 4. And when he putteth forth his own sheep, he goeth before them, and the sheep follow him, for they know his voice. So he's saying, hey, the shepherd is going to lead the sheep, right? Watch this, verse 5. And a stranger, a strange God, will they not follow, but will flee from him, for they know not the voice of strangers. See the difference between a righteous person and a wicked person? A righteous person is going to hear false doctrine. They're going to hear something that's contrary to what the scripture says, something that goes against the laws, and they're going to get the hell away from them. But an evil person, somebody that's wicked, they got the devil on them, somebody that wants to live in their feelings, they're going to eat that BS right up. Why? Because that's what they want to hear. See, you got to want to be with somebody that's going to tell you what you don't want to hear, that's going to tell you what is right, even if it hurts your feelings. Even if you don't like it, they're going to make sure they tell you what's right. Why? Because they love you. See, that's what people got to understand. They don't know what love is. Love is going to tell you the BS about you. They're going to tell you the evil inside you. They're going to tell you, don't listen to that false God, because that false God is trying to destroy you. All right. So let's go back to Psalms 81. Psalm chapter 81, verse 8. Let's go to verse 8 again. Hear, O my people, and I will testify unto thee, O Israel, if thou would hearken unto me. So he says, listen to me if you want to hear me. Verse 9. There shall no strange God be in thee. Again, there should be no strange God, anything that's contrary to the word, because we all have our own thoughts and feelings inside of us. We all got sin dwelling in us. We all have this fight. It's a struggle going on inside of us, and you don't want to lose, because every time you do something stupid, Satan is sitting here like,
Got him! Got him!
every time you sitting there after you get got, you're gonna be sitting there left with yourself feeling like a dumbass. You're like, man, I knew I shouldn't have done that. But you listen to that voice in your head, and that voice in your head is like,
Got him!
every time. Don't listen to that voice, because again, you're gonna be sitting there to your own self, thinking, looking at yourself in the mirror, just being mad at yourself, feeling ashamed, all that stuff that you don't have to feel. All you got to do is just listen to the Lord. Don't let that strange God dwell in you. Soon as that strange God tries to, walk inside your house, take off their shoes, take off their socks, and kick back, and then go back outside to their car and get an overnight bag, you'll be like, no, man. Soon as that strange God comes here, you got to tell him,
I should blow your ass off this push.
that's what you got to tell him. Soon as that strange God comes in, soon as that other philosophy comes in, soon as something that's in your mind, it's a thought that don't make no sense, the first thing you need to think is,
What?
and to all your thoughts, you got to make sure you tell them
What?
all your thoughts.
That nigga's tripping.
You got to tell them thoughts that. Tell your thoughts. Y'all niggas tripping. I ain't listening to y'all. Y'all trying to get me into the lake. I don't want to go to the lake. I want to make sure I get to the kingdom. I cannot listen to what y'all saying. Psalms 81 and 10. I am the Lord. Let's go back to verse 9. Psalm 81 and 9. There shall no strange God be in thee, neither shalt thou worship any strange God. And they said, don't worship it, don't listen to it. Verse 10. I am the Lord thy God, which brought thee out of the land of Egypt. Open thy mouth wide, and I will fill it. So he says, open your mouth wide, meaning eat this roll. I'm going to give you the scriptures. I'm going to give you the commandments. I'm going to give you wisdom. Everything I tell you, eat it and digest it. Everything. So you know what's got to happen with all the foolishness that's inside your mind? You got to let it be waste. Let your body get rid of it. You know what I'm saying? Matter of fact, act like you bulimic. You know what I'm saying? Put your hand down your throat and throw that stuff up. Get rid of it. Vomit up all that garbage that's living in you, because all that garbage, all them strange gods, all they're going to do is cause you to go away from the Most High. You got to fight them things. Now, here's the thing. You ain't going to be able to get all the toxicity outside of you. It's going to be there. You know what that means? It means you're going to have to battle it forever. You're always going to have a thorn in your side, that thorn in your flesh that is never going to go away. And you're going to the Lord's mercy is going to be good enough to carry you to get to the finish line. But you have to love the Lord and have to fight against that demon that's in you. And if you're not willing to fight that demon, you ain't going to make it. The Lord's mercy is going to sustain you. And that's also why you got to have a congregation. Because if you don't have a congregation, What's sustaining you? You ain't got no mercy from no people around you, and you need mercy from other brothers and sisters as well. And you have to give mercy. See, one thing that's wrong with a lot of people, that's why they leave and depart and don't never stick around, because they so damn selfish. They don't want to give mercy to nobody. They like, only person that matters is me, myself, and I. And they believe that because they believe
Evil is good.
nah, the world's bigger than you. It's bigger than you. It's bigger than everybody around you. Guess what? You got to, not everybody around you. I'm sorry. Yeah, what's bigger than them too? But the point is, it's bigger than you. The world is about relationships. The whole Bible is about relationships. Relationship with the Most High, the relationship with Christ, the relationship with the man, and the relationship with the woman. And of course, the children. It's about all the people around you, brothers, sisters, aunties, uncles, cousins, grandparents, you know what I'm saying? Children, nieces, nephews. The Bible's about relationships. And the relationships require selflessness. Selflessness requires endurance. You know what I'm saying? Endure or endeavor to keep the unity of the brethren with the spirit of bond and peace. You have to endeavor. You have to strive. That's why Colossians 3:13 is the plan here at this church. While we have that, the Colossians 3:13 plan as far as enduring and endeavoring to keep the unity with one another, forbearing one another in love. You have to tolerate each other, showing mercy. And you can't get mercy unless you give mercy. So you got to learn to give mercy, and you got to learn to appreciate the mercy that the Most High God gave you. Let him fill your spirit with everything about him. You better love who he is. You better digest his voice. If you don't digest his voice, Psalms 81:11, but my people would not hearken to my voice. And Israel would none of me. Israel didn't desire me. They didn't want me. They rejected me. That's what we're talking about. Just like they talk about the Pharisees. Matter of fact, anybody understand the Pharisees are the ones who rejected Christ, not the Pharisees and the scribes, not all people. Matter of fact, everybody thinks, if you think Israel, all of Israel rejected Jesus Christ, put a 1 in the chat. If you think only certain people or the majority of Israel, the wicked people, rejected Christ, put a 2 in the chat. I just want to see where everybody's at. Let's continue on. Psalms 81:11. Let's read it again. But my people would not hearken to my voice, and Israel would none of me. Saying, hey, my people didn't want me. They didn't want to listen to what I had to say. Verse 12. So I gave them up unto their own heart's lusts, and they walked in their own counsels. See, that's what the Most High does. He says, you know what? You ain't going to listen to me. I'm not casting my pearls before swine anymore. I'm going to let y'all do y'all's thing. Have fun doing your thing. And guess what? Once you do your own thing, he understands Proverbs 14. A way seems right to a man, and the end leads to death. He's going to, gotta let you destroy yourself. I'm saying, let go and let God. That's where the saying comes from. Let go and let God. Sometimes you got to get out the way. And you know what? If the Lord's Spirit is on them, guess what they're going to do? They might hurt themselves, afflict themselves. Then they're going to turn back around and make their way back to you. And that's up to them. But either way, you don't stress yourself out over it. You focus on getting your spirit good enough, because you got to be strong enough to endure other spirits to come around. See, the Lord, let me read this real quick. Sorry, now I got to go back onto this because it's hitting my spirit. Ecclesiasticus or Sirach Apocrypha, chapter 28, verse, where's that? No, not 28. I don't want that. My bad. Chapter 24, verse 34. Ecclesiasticus, chapter 24, verse 34. Hey, all praise to the Most High. Yes, Sarah, you're exactly right. Lawa and Decarius, yes. All Israel did not reject Jesus Christ. Only the scribes, Pharisees, and of course the people stupid enough to follow him. The blind leaders of the blind, he said, let them alone. That's why Christ said it. Let them alone. Let them go ahead and off themselves, delete themselves. That's what they did. Let's go back. Ecclesiasticus or Sirach Apocrypha, chapter 24, verse 34. Behold, that I have not labored for myself only, but for all them that seek wisdom. See, we are not working for us. We are working for everybody that wants to understand the Most High, that wants to learn God, that wants to follow the Most High. That's who we're working for. That's who I'm working for. I don't get paid for this. I labor for those that actually want to learn this. I labor because I love my brothers and sisters. I labor because I want my people in the end to be excited. I want my people in the end to make it to the kingdom, and it just feel like,
The Miller for the win. It's there.
that's what I want everybody to know. I want everybody to be happy and excited and glad that they made it out of this hell, made it to the kingdom of heaven. That's what I'm desiring. That's what I hope for. That's what I wish. That is what I dream of. Me and my nation to be on top. Me and my nation to be happy. To be, what's the word? In eternal bliss. That's what I'm looking for. Euphoria. That's the word I'm looking for. That's what we can't get that if we are laboring for ourselves. You got to labor for all others. So going back to what I was saying, when I'm talking about laboring for all others, when it comes to understand to be ready to get to work for them, we are not working just to get there. We're working. We got to build up our spirits so we can be strong enough to help sustain others that are weaker than ourselves. Because we're gonna have to do that. We're gonna have to build up our spirits where we have enough mercy juice in us. You know what I'm saying? We have enough in our wax candle that ain't burnt out. We need enough wax in our candle that we got to add to ourselves that way, whenever we have to give mercy, that we don't lose all of ourselves. We have enough of ourselves. That's what we got to do. We have enough to sustain because that light has to burn bright for all others that's going to need it. We ain't working for ourselves. We working for others. That's what happens if you have a mind to understand a lot of God's word, you have the spirit to try your best to keep these commandments, and the Lord has built you up and elevated you and promoted you to a level that is far beyond the average Israelite out here. Guess what your job to do is? It is to be strong enough to give mercy to other brothers and sisters that need you. That's what it's for. If you ain't doing that, you got the devil on you. Matter of fact, you are the devil. That's what your job is. Your job is to take care of others. Your job is to look out for other people. If you ain't thinking like that, if you ain't moving like that, if you're not trying to become great so you can be that, then it's because you hate God. You don't want to represent God. You don't want to be there to give a beacon of light to others that might feel like their life is over. They feel like they're going to give up. You have to be that beacon of light. A lot of times we don't, matter of fact, the majority of the times we don't feel like we can do that. But we got to know the spirit behind the wisdom God's given us. We don't labor for ourselves, but for those that seek wisdom, we're working to help people get wisdom, which is going to require what? Being available to provide mercy for others, being available to help others elevate to a higher plane. But they can't get to that plane if there are no servants to actually show them the way. Somebody's got to light the path. Somebody's got to do it. The people that's got to make that path, guess what? They don't really get the privilege of being led down the path. Sometimes you got to be that person that's got to lead people down the path, and you don't get the benefits everybody else gets. You don't get to feel that, you know what I'm saying, that sense of security they do. The sense of security you got is the vision from the Most High. And man, I got more on this. All right, let me leave this alone because that's gonna take me down a whole nother path. I might get to a whole nother class, but I'm gonna leave it alone for now. Anyways, let's get to Psalms chapter 81, verse 11. Let's read it again. But my people would not hearken to my voice, and Israel would none of me. So I gave them up unto their own heart's lust, and they walked in their own counsels. I let them. They walked in what they thought was right. They came to their own conclusions. They had their own frame of mind. They got their own mindset. And they're like, oh, I'm gonna do what I think is good. I'm gonna follow that. I'm gonna basically destroy myself. Verse 14. Oh, that verse 13. I'm sorry. Psalm 81:13. Oh, that my people had hearkened unto me, and Israel had walked in my ways. He's like, oh, I wish they would have listened to me. Why didn't they just do what I said? Why didn't they take my advice? Why didn't they take my direction? Verse 14. I should soon have subdued their enemies and turned my hand against their adversaries. He said, hey, I would have took them down. He said, not only that, I wouldn't have been bringing pain to them. I would have turned my hand, or I would have turned my weapons on the people that mean to oppress them, the people that mean to hold them back, to keep them from being as great as I want them to be. I would have taken those people down. I would have wiped them out. I would have sent the hornet through to take them all down, to weaken them, or to all out destroy them. I would have annihilated all their enemies that got in their way. All they had to do was listen to me. All they had to do was believe in me. All they had to do was trust in me. Psalm 81:14 again. I should soon have subdued their enemies and turned my hand against their adversaries. So instead of having my hand against them, I would have my hand, my actions, my weapons. I would have turned my proverbial gun on their enemies. Verse 15. The haters of the Lord should have submitted themselves unto him, but their time should have endured forever. So he says, hey, the haters, the ones that dislike me, hey, they should have listened to me. They should have gone ahead and did so. Verse 16, he should have fed them also with the finest of the wheat, and with honey out of the rock should I have satisfied thee. So he says, hey, this is what was supposed to be their end. This, y'all know the memes y'all be seeing. I don't know if y'all seen them on like Instagram and Facebook and Pinterest. It'll say something like, this could be us, but you did this. And that's what the Lord's saying. This could be you. And you just have a picture of us just sitting up there with like servants holding little, what's them things called? Holding up cots in the air or whatever, or a big old throne, and they just carrying our throne. And then somebody sitting on top of feeding us grapes and we just chilling, living a good life. The Lord's like, this could be us. He said, that could be you. But you know what you did? You chose to sin. This could be us. But you were sitting there having your mindset like,
Evil is good.
he's like, this could be us. But you chose the other way. You chose to follow a whole nother path. Well, the right path is to get you with me. If you don't want to get with me, and again, hey, that's because you didn't want to walk with me. You didn't want to listen to my counsel. You didn't want to listen to my direction. You want to follow your own way. And your own way, I eventually gave you up to that and I let you destroy yourself. Because I'm not going to keep trying to tell you what's the right thing to do if you reject me. So I pray y'all gain some understanding from this. This is Psalm chapter 81. Appreciate y'all being in the class. Like I said, continue to grow, continue to learn these scriptures, understand these scriptures, and make sure you like, share, subscribe to this. If you have not liked the video yet, get the devil off you now. Like the video, share the videos, share them on your platforms, your social media. Share these shorts, especially y'all that's in the Church of Louisville. You ain't sharing the shorts, then I don't know what you're doing with your life. I feel like Cat Williams. What are you doing with your life? You ain't sharing these videos. Get this stuff out here so people can remember that it's important to learn about the Most High so they can get close to the Most High. Let's stop BSing. Let's actually do what we got to do and bring the Lord's kingdom to the earth. I love y'all, Israel. Continue to do what you do if you are serving the Lord correctly. And if you ain't serving the Lord correctly, repent, for the kingdom of heaven is at hand. I love y'all. Have a good day. Happy prep day. Shalom.